Hey guys, we're here at Paul's. We're going to talk about the Ferrari. Buckle up, put it in gear. Let's get this show on the road. Here's the car. It has been to its first Cars and Coffee, which was the goal to get this car ready for. How was it driving this car the first time? I know you guys took it out kind of like a maiden voyage. It was dark, right? It was, yeah.
It was dark. It was a maiden run, so that's always a little bit nerve-wracking. And then as I was leaving the driveway, the low fuel light came on. And apparently in this car, when that light comes on, it means you get gas now, because I made it 2 miles down the road and it died. So we had to push it in to the gas station. And luckily I had 3 people there. But anyway, it worked fine, other than running out of gas. And got it back here. Then when I took it out, the next main time was to Cars and Coffee. And wow, everything the carbs are tuned perfectly. It just sings.
Now, you talked about carbs. You took all 4 of those. They're Webers, right?
Yeah, it's got 4 Weber DCNF carburetors, which are dual throat downdrafts. And they were clean. The insides of the carbs were fairly, it had liquid gas in them, and it wasn't gummy or varnished up. So dumped all that out, blew a little cleaner through everything, and just put new gaskets, and they're fine. They're great.
Yeah. And you said you made some kind of tool to get these off?
Yeah, I had to modify a wrench. So in my pile of wrenches, I'm cleaning this up tonight, but it basically took like every tool I own to do this.
These are Italian tools, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Somewhere in here, here it is. So this is a special, okay, so it's supposed to be a 13. This is a 1/2 inch. So I filed it out a little bit to make it a 13. But just this angle is what it took to get in under the accelerator pump and just do one flat at a time.
Quarter turn at a time.
But till I made this bend in this wrench, no way. No way.
You could probably order one of those from Ferrari, $1,200.
Right, probably.
Take a look under the, what would you call this? The bonnet, the hatch?
I call it a deck lid.
Okay, how do you do that on a Ferrari 308?
So that is here. The front trunk is actually up there. But yeah, you just look for the horse.
Look for the horse. Of course it's got
and another one, and another one. And 3 on the dash. And you could keep going on and on. I did put new hood struts on it. And so it's nice and just kind of,
nice.
Kind of presents itself now.
Yeah. Wow.
And we know this thing's kind of heavy.
Yes.
And cumbersome.
We had to, so you do have to take this off to get to the air cleaner, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. You can take the cover off, but you can't get the air filter element out of the box without hitting the deck lid.
Yeah,
so,
just this cover comes off.
And that's pointless because you can't do anything else.
Air filter is rectangular shaped.
Yep.
But it hits this when you try to take it out.
Absolutely trapped. So anyway, an air filter is a 30,000 mile maintenance item. So really, you'd be pulling this anyway.
Right.
I did change the oil this weekend, 10 quarts.
10 quarts and a 2.9 liter.
Yeah, 10 quarts of oil go in it.
Wow. That is a lot. So the ignition system, 2 separate, here and here. How do you time that?
Very carefully. Luckily, it seems to be in time. It seems to be fine from the previous owner. You can see I marked it so that I could kind of change it and see where it was.
Right.
But I put it back where they had it. It had 4 sets of points, 2 on each side. One set of points was for a retard timing, and then the other set was the advance. What I did was completely eliminated all the emissions controls, including the switch that turned on that other set of points. So now I'm running only off the advanced set.
So he's replaced the timing belt, pretty much every rubber hose under the hood, right?
Yeah, it has this doesn't have any real long, like a normal car has a long radiator hose rubber. It's mostly anodized aluminum, and all the hoses connect with I don't know if you could see any of them really from
No,
here.
once everything's back on, you can't see much on here.
But it's little sections of rubber that just connect all those metal lines together all the way to the front of the car.
Yeah. And this guy parked it because he couldn't pass smog. You found a couple issues with the carbs, but you also said after you changed the timing belt, you know you didn't turn any of the cams, but they ended up being like two or three teeth off.
I 100% just removed and put back on the belt. And we found out later that the front bank of cylinders was at perfect top dead center. The back bank was just canted about 3 teeth per cam.
Right.
Which makes a really nice fire display come out of the carburetors in the back.
You guys saw that in the video.
But it doesn't work. So, yeah, we put those back in position and boom.
So chances are this guy in California was trying to get his car smog passed, got the timing belt changed because it needs to every, what, 30?
Yeah, he was probably doing the maintenance.
Yeah, doing the maintenance, and whoever did it just got those cams just the exact amount off on each one.
Yeah, it didn't slip like that.
Right.
They
No
put
way.
it together that way.
Yeah, and then didn't pass smog, and then now here's his car.
It just didn't run. I think he was working through a lot of things, and once they did the timing belts, they probably just said, forget it. It's just...
Yeah. As far as the logos go, they were black. He's taking them off, getting them chrome again. This one was also black.
Yeah, these are being stripped right now, which I did to this one already.
Yeah, and speaking of this one, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but look how crooked it is.
Yep, and it's an original deck lid, original holes. The car has been repainted, but the holes have not been modified. So at the factory, it's handmade, and they put it a little bit crooked. It happens on some of them.
And they also told you don't fix that, right?
Right. Leave it alone.
That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's how it came from Italy.
So to get in the front, it's kind of the opposite of the deck lid.
Yeah, except this one is hidden, so you can't inadvertently open it like going down the road.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess that's why. Or maybe it's so, I don't know, tamper-proof, but whatever. This one is accessible from the cabin. You can actually get to it from inside the car. Where if the door's closed, this one's trapped. So I don't have a prop rod or a strut for this yet, and it's kind of dirty, but this is normally full of spare tires, so you really don't have any trunk up here to speak of, however big the middle of a wheel is. But it runs cool. Radiator seems to be, I don't have any water leaks, so everything looks like it's in pretty good shape.
The wheels that came on the 79 308 GTS were actually 14-inch, correct?
Right.
Somewhere down the line, someone put the what are they?
They're 390 millimeter wheels, metric wheels that were used, I think, in like 81, 82, something like that. Not for a very long time. It was a trial thing, and they used it on a few cars in the world, not many. And then it just kind of went away. But Michelin still supplies tires for them, but they're $1,800 a set of tires from Tire Rack. So instead of doing that, I spent the same amount of money and bought wheels and less expensive, normal sized 16-inch tires, which I think look great. They look a little bit better. They're bigger, a little bit wider, and they're staggered. The old tires were not staggered.
I do like them.
These are 7s and 8s.
The car's done. That means the video's got to be done. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, following the car from its California roots to here, getting it ready. Its first startup in 20 years.
Yeah.
Its first drive in 20. Its first Cars and Coffee. It might be ever. We don't know if it's been to Cars and Coffee.
Yeah. No,
Let's just say it's its first Cars and Coffee.
that wasn't invented back then.
That's right. There was just cars. Nobody thought to put the two together.
Yeah, they were separately available.
But guys, I know Paul, he will do exactly what you guys need to do. And what's that?
Drive it.
Paul, if you're seeing this, I saw the camera there, so I want to leave you a little special note. Or whoever's watching. Whoever's watching, Paul, you're the coolest mother I know. I mean, I really do mean that. I look up to you, man. You've done a bunch for me, and I'm gonna repay it somehow, someday, some way. But I really hope I get to ride in the Ferrari. It's been a complete journey knowing you, man. This is insane. I love you, and I'm sorry if I've ever been a dick. 'Cause you're awesome. Oh shit, wait, unsend. How do you unsend?